here at Vanderbilt women's basketball head coach Shea Ralph and players Aubrey, Galvan, and Aiyana. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll take questions from players, then we'll go back to Coach Ralph. Coach Ralph, just opening statement after today's win over Albany.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I have a lot of respect for their coach. She is a mom of twins that have autism, so this was a really important game for us to be able to honor just not only the disease, but just bring awareness to the fact that, there's lots of people out there that need help, and that we get to do what we do every single day, what we love to do every single day. I have a healthy daughter, and I'm grateful for that, but I know at any drop of a coin that could change. So all the things that we try to do for the community and kids, and the ways that we honor people and places with the games that we play is really important to me. So I'm excited that we could do that today and play her team. Also, they're a very good team. They're tough. Their style of play I knew was going to be a pain for us, and really expose our discipline and ability to focus, especially after the exam period. I was really tough on these guys yesterday in practice, so I think they looked a little fatigued today, but that's what makes you better. And so that's why you play teams like Albany, who are really good and very disciplined, and they're that way for a reason. And so, tough game. I'm really glad that we came out with the win. These two had a huge part in that. Grateful for our second half performance on the defensive end of the floor. And I think specifically Mitch and Aubrey brought great energy on both ends of the floor. And so, yeah, this was a tough one, but I'm glad we came away with the win.
All right. We will open up the floor for questions for the players. So we'll start with Aiyana. Go ahead, Aiyana.
Yeah, Aubrey, Albany's a team that normally likes to play really slow, and you kind of got them sped up with your fast break and forcing turnovers. How did you kind of approach that style?
I mean, that was more of a team effort, I think. That's our style of play defensively, that we want to make teams do that, not be comfortable in their kind of sets. So there's moments that we had slip-ups for sure, but all the second half, I think each one of us dug into that kind of perspective, and it worked.
It usually does.
This is for both of you. I kind of wanted to touch on it. Did feel like the second quarter was a different ball game than the first. Were you guys surprised by the energy Albany brought, or was it like what was kind of going through your minds, or what was that in that first half?
I think that we definitely weren't underestimating them, but I think that sometimes we can lose focus, and I feel like we did a good job at acknowledging like our deficits in the first half, and then not only just acknowledging them, but then like actually changing what we were doing and putting it into action. So
Any more questions for the players?
Yeah. You agree?
I agree.
You agree? Okay.
It's all up.
Good. All right. Thank you. Good job, guys.
Thank
Good job.
you.
Good job.
For questions with Coach Ralph. Go ahead, Aiyana.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll ask you a similar question to what I asked Aubrey, but you mentioned their style of play. They really like to slow things down.
Yeah.
You all like to play fast and play in transition, and
Yeah.
we're successful in forcing them into turning it over a lot. So how did you kind of evaluate that matchup and how you performed against that?
Yeah, I think it was the first quarter was really disappointing because we said we were going to trap the ball screens, and I don't think we trapped one for the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, and that's when you know you're not mentally there, and it's not. I mean, we only do a couple different ball coverages, so now it's like, all right, that is the difference between average and good teams and great to elite teams. We have the talent and the ability to be a great team, but these are the things that get in our way. And so we prepared ad nauseum, like we do for every team we play, but we really focus on, hey, we're going to play our style of basketball. So they're going to want to control the tempo, but we're going to take control of that on both ends of the floor. One of the things I think we have to get better at, number one, is doing that from start to finish. Because it's happened a few times now where we start slow, and then in the second half, it's like, the gates open up and we're off to the races. That just can't be how we are. That can't be a habit for us, because we'll be down by 25 and the game will essentially be over. So that's number one. Number two, we play that way so that we can create easy offense and control the tempo. But also, I think if that's not there, we have to learn how to play out of it. So one of the things that drives me crazy is when we do get a turnover and we take a quick bad shot or we give it right back to them. And I don't think we did a good job of that today. I think there has to be a flow and an ease and a patience. Like, we have lots of really good players on our team, and so let's get the ball moving from side to side. And I thought there were points that we did well with that today, but then there are points where we didn't. And so we probably didn't get enough possessions because of the way that we played in the first half. And then scoring 64 points, to me, we're better than that. You know, even with the slow game, the way that they play, we are better than that. We can't go 8 for 14 from the free throw line. You know, we got out-rebounded. So they're a good team, and we played them here for a reason. But it exposes why we aren't an elite team yet. And those are the things that we have to focus on in order for us to get better.
That last point is kind of what I wanted to touch on. When I know you guys have, I think, one more game before the
We do.
holiday. We come back in January and things start to get a lot harder.
Yeah.
And teams, like, stakes get higher. Like, how are you? I'm sure you're already like, how am I going to prepare for them?
Yeah.
Like, prepare them for this. What am I going to say? Like, how do you take them from this to January when it's like LSU is here?
Yeah.
Like, look, Texas is in February. Let's see what they're doing.
Yeah,
That process.
it's honesty. You know, we have a really great staff. I'm not the kind of coach that's going to like jump down people's throats or, you know, but I think one of the great things that you can take away from today is like we have film of like what gets in our way. And now we have multiple games of multiple actions of the same things that get in our way against different teams. So now we have to decide, do we want to be average or good, or do we want to be great to elite? And there's a lot that I can coach, and there's a lot that I can't. But what I can do is inspire them to change, right? Like, and that's why they're all here. I know they can do it. But now it's about finding the right buttons, doing the right things, you know, in practice, in film, making sure that we are transparent in a way that they know we believe that they can do it, and we're going to demand that they do. Does that make sense? Yeah. And you can't sugarcoat it. It's finals. It's, no, yeah, okay, so has everybody else. So did they. And they've been here for 3 days. So let's look at what it really is and let's tackle it. And as you become an adult, those are the conversations you have to be able to have and receive if you want to be great at anything, right? That's it. That's life. So it's coaching basketball, but it's also like, all right, this is why we played the schedule the way we played it. We've got these things exposed. We're still undefeated. But if we want to have the season that I think we can have and they came here to have and we believe we can have, then these things have to change, period. Or we're going to see some of the same stuff that we're dealing with right now. And you know, and then we'll be, well, we should have, you know, who wants to do that? Let's get better now. But that's why I love our schedule this year, because I knew that it would present an opportunity for us to do that. Good questions. Yes, Aria.
Yeah, Albany is normally one of the top 3-point shooting teams in the country, and you held them to 19%. What was the key to your success there?
Ball pressure, number one. We worked really hard on when we defend, we're going to make mistakes, but the person guarding the ball has to do a good job of like saving us for a second and a half, right? Just getting hands in passing lanes, deflections, putting hands above your shoulders. We can't give people that can shoot the ball a direct line and then think once they line it up that we're going to contest it, it's over. So those are little details that, you know, we worked on defensively for the last week and a half, just the style that we want to play. We also have really great guards on the ball. So I thought Michaela taking the point guard in the second half made a big difference. Aubrey got in a little foul trouble, and Michaela just harasses people with the ball, right? And then Jada, I thought, did a really good job. So they're small, but they pick up full court, and they are gnats. They're menaces. And it prevents us from, you know, if we do make a mistake behind them in some of the ways that we play, then it's not as easy for them to just pick us apart. So I thought our rotations were better. So if we can do that, and the ball comes out of the pressure or the traps that we're in, if our rotations are solid, then people won't get wide open looks, and then we just have to rebound.
All right. Coach
Yeah.
and team, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you. Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Yeah, thank you.